Flock cameras in the dark side of the moon as you're already in that 1984 Orwellian or alien empire, and that military police complex has been placed upon you. Those ICE and data centers are being opened up in one way, shape, or form, which is going to be for the gathering of whatever they just did, as you're being told that corona dark sun that came in as you took the Lord's name in vain, that Fauci, the fowl and the chicken eggs and all those frozen eggs and the AOC and those types of things for that dragon are all going to be hatching in different ways, shapes, and forms as you all taking that biogenesis, self-replicating, symbiotic relationship with that Church of Smyrna. So, as y'all are being told all these things, you're in days of future past, and as you're in days of future past, this, that, and the other is going to be told to you. You're going to hit a shortening in that program and all those types of things. That shortening is tied to that rise in that yeast in the Mideast and flip-flops on if they take out the Gulf of America and the Mideast there, or they take out the Gulf of the Mideast over there and restart it here, and all those types of shapeshifters. But as the flock cameras are here and the Nazi America has been placed upon you in one way, shape, or form, and the devil's lettuce, and as the devil's lettuce, that frequency has come upon the earth, and you got, what is it, that ties to the five senses. Where's my thing at? Food, drink, vaccines, lights, and music. Okay, all those are going to come into the body in one way, shape, or form. They're all going to affect your five senses, and since your DNA is kind of constantly changing, your blood type can change depending what you eat and all those different things. This is where some of these things come into effect. All right, but as the flock camera and everything's all been set up, and they're going into the 6G, they don't really need the fucking cameras anymore. They can come in and take them out as they got this X-ray vision coming in through the 6G, and then the 6G will turn on this, that, and the other that's been turned on or turn off, and those types of things. As all this kind of stuff peters in and peters out. All right, the peter in, peter out is where you take the Christ and the Jesus, and you form the churches and the religions and the lights and all those things that we're told over and over again from your Genesis to the Revelation, as it is all one story. Okay, so that's part of the delusion, is you thinking, oh well, let's fucking blah 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 blah, looking back, looking forward, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but it's just telling you the dynamics of your earth in multiple ways, as far as government structures, magnetism, electricity, these types of things, good, bad, how these things are formed in your earth. All right, how these things are formed from a child, and what your mom and dad said isn't necessarily true. When you get out into the world, all right, you may be able to draw on your walls or whatever the hell you want to do when you get to be older. Stack garbage in your plane or apartment or whatever. We're being told. My brother used to store trash, and we're being told Trump stores all these boxes of fast food in his plane. So kind of those reflection sites. But client told me she had a client when she was a manager at the apartments, and she went in and there's just gallons of piss everywhere, storing it up. Who knows? And then my other client told me that she worked at the casinos, and they get a bunch of foreigners or whatever, and she says she'll never play the jackpot machines because they're always like in there spraying it with urine and shit for good luck and whatever. So among other stories. But basically, if you want to go in the casinos, you got to wear the gloves and the mask and all that shit kind of thing, to unless you want to fecal or urine or whatever else. Then know about a girl who used to with herself before she go get manicures and shit or whatever. So she's like, do you want to shake people's hands? Or you never know what they're fucking doing. They may be figuring their asshole before that. It's like the ass penny episode on Upright Citizens Brigade, right? Stick $1 worth of pennies up your ass, and then you got the upper hand because you know that those pennies have been in your ass. So that's where it's like, you don't know who's fingering their asshole before they come in and fucking shake your hand before a haircut or doing their nails or eating or whatever the fuck they're doing, right? And then you don't know what they're putting, the potluck dinners, you don't know what the fuck people's houses look like. Y'all are nuts for eating potluck dinners, all right? In my opinion, it's just fucking crazy. So, and then you got people with cats and dogs, and their cats or whatever, and they don't clean proper, and then they are making bread and whatever. Oh man, the flock camera, and that's tying into your butthole camera that ties into your toilet for your Cyclops Spore or whatever. They all got all that little dark side of the moon. Anywhere you see that little block thing, that's at Ripley's Believe It or Not, where you get to the other side. That's where you're at now, and all those things. So that little thing's your butthole coming into the old toilet session. A man who stands on toilets high on pot. That's where you're kind of at now. That's where your pot's being taken away, and you're gonna be given this fucking vape sticks and shit made out of this synthetic THC, and that's where all this, all these things in the past, the synthetic THCs, and now you got the Delta 8, Delta 9, or THCA, THCV, whatever the fuck it's all the same shit once it's burned for the most part, but it doesn't fucking matter what it is, because sometimes you can turn the hemp into cannabis if you grow it and cure it properly or whatever, because the cure is all about taking the sugars and you transform them and do chemical structural changes or whatever as you're curing it. So that's where you can get a 2-week cure versus a 6-month cure. And not too many people and areas are capable of a 6-month cure in a way, but when you do all these things, you're gonna have different changes with whatever, so you could actually turn shit into stash, or trash into stash in those kinds of way. But and then you can turn your good cannabis into complete shit weed. All right, how do I know? Because that's what y'all are mostly smoking out there. Oh, cannabis has gotten stronger. No, it hasn't. Y'all have actually all gotten weaker. Okay, it's gotten more beautiful, it's gotten prettier or whatever, but when they do these THC tests or whatever, they're taking shit that's been in the old brick weed. It's been sitting there on whatever else, right? It's all degraded. It was already degraded when he got it, and then it's degraded more, but that's where all these things are going on to. But that's where these things are just dried real fast, and it's just pretty brick. It may have a little flavor or whatever, but it doesn't fucking linger on your tongue and whatever for minutes or 2 minutes, 5 minutes afterwards. And I mean, that's how you know it's fucking cured and all those things. Y'all don't fucking know, but it's whatever. It's just like y'all are in the church. Y'all say, well, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Have you ever fucking tried it? Y'all are actually doing micro doses of it daily. So that's what's funny. And that's why y'all are all drugged up. They're telling you in that chicken movie now, great time for the eggs. That chicken movie, the 28 days or 21 days that he ate fucking fried chicken. They tell you on that movie, they told you back when that the food with Super Size Me was making you fat, and y'all didn't listen. Now look around. Okay? And then the documentary now, they're telling you that you eat the same food every day, or you go eat this chicken, like the chicken has it, so what makes you think the beef doesn't, and all these other things. So they're telling you you're drugged up. Basically, it's that simple. It makes you fat, makes you drugged up. So now you're all these things. And the diet, the ET, the alien, the light inside, that gray area, as the gray area dies, the AI is taken out, that smart meter, and the dumb meter is put in. And the EIEIO, O's, Oz. Okay, so that's where you're all in right now, as the eggs have all been laid, and your book of the Bibles talks about one rib in your Genesis. And then it gets down in there, Daniel and such, and it mentions the 3 ribs. So you might see a 3 rib or a 4 rib action, 1 rib action, depending on what you got. This, that, and the other. The sons of God coming onto the God as the stolen inheritance. The stolen inheritance, the children, the people of this land. Have you all been lied to? As the Washington has been taken from you, the subversion of America are the fucking cops walking around with AR-40 or shit. Can't even fucking think of the AR-15. I know they make different AR models and different whatever, so it's just whatever. So it's already been done, but this is going to be kind of where you're going to need these things in one way, but also those things have kind of already been taken out through the dark sun. So, and that's where this set of thing, these careers are tied to the suicide and the mark in the right hand and doing it to yourself and all those things, because then that's when they're told this and this and this, and the 8 years on the woman clothed in the sun, with the corona, with your Fauci, all these things uncovering now are all overlaying now as the dawn, the 1 and 1, the 47 are all coming into a reflection point, and all for one or one for all. That's where we're kind of going into that fourth year, the 2028, the Z28, the ZZ top on the 77. Just died on those types of things. The 77 is tying into your King Spirit, who just turned 49 years dead on 8/16 when you're Hayden Panettiere or whatever, but that's going to tie into your Panera bread. Panera bread is where your meat tenderized, and I told you long ago, y'all got to quit fucking around with the people who've had the shot or whatever, because they got this, that, and the other. You don't know what the fuck they got and whatever in this part of that hive complex, and for God so loved the world that's going to be setting up, and the crapture, rapture, trapture, and those types of things. So the flock cameras and the shepherd, the star in the sky, the morning star, all these things have been upon you, and the clock set as these stars, the planets, they align, and this boom, boom, boom into the earth, and you're seeing getting tighter and tighter and wound and wound and wound as you're going into that clock, and it's going to start doing all those other things. But either way, the Hayden Panettiere, that's going to tie into your PA system butler, Netanyahu, your Robin Netta, the Jaden, the Jay-Z, the Beyonce, the Queen Bees, all that kind of thing on that level, where the blacks are actually coming in on a spectrum and they're suppressing the blacks. And this is where you got Tupac, who is this little gay drama dude and whatever else, and they brought the gay culture from the prison where you wear your pants half down and all that to the street. That's where like everybody's gay, but they're not gay, and different spectrums or whatever. But all these things are like an energy, like baths make you gay, son. After a certain age, you just don't take baths. And then as a man, you kind of feel fucking silly sitting in a bath. You may have to do it like when you're sick or whatever, but when you're just like getting down, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, and it doesn't make any sense anyway, so you're just sitting there in fucking dirty water and you rinse off, and either way, baths are fucking stupid. Baths are for the coochie to soak it and clean it and whatever else, alright? So it doesn't smell like a fucking tuna. But then there's other systems for that. But either way, that's a whole nother system there. But that tuna is tied into that hook. And then the Cat Williams saying you shouldn't smell like this, that, and the other by now, and it's all going together. And that's part of that yeast infection, that fungus, and that 27 states, that fungi, and this woman probably got this, now she's just on the fucking thing, I'm gonna break every fucking ball there is, and y'all are just showing up to whoever's fucking house, y'all don't know who it is, stolen identities, the Craigslist shit that used to tell you, kidnappers, bot, y'all got this movie fucking you, just going over to there to some fucking house, some dude fucking drugs you, or whatever fucking thing is going on, you get locked up in the fucking closet, and you seeing everybody being fucking eaten, like, what the fuck? Do y'all not fucking watch the movies? Huh? There's where some of us are given over to the delusion, and we see this shit, and we like, now I know there's some motherfucker out there, and that's why they even fucking created this thing, so that's where like Mark Zuckerberg is probably the fucking pervert who created this thing where you look at all the fucking girls' dorms room. Alright? So that's where that level is going in. And then you got Tate, or the Sharon Tate and the Charlie Kirk, that's where you got Charlie Kirk. He could have known he's going to be taken out, sent into a body double. He has to go under. This is where Tate come into a prison break in one way, and he has to go under. But these people tunneling under, where Mark Zuckerberg is building an underground compound, and you got the Texas City with Elon, all those things stacking, all boom, 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 boom. All right, setting up for your 48, your 49, 50, 52, 51, whatever for your presidencies. And these clocks, as you're in America, 250 to the 52 presidency on just like an easy clock for y'all to understand. As the 25 carries over, the 25 carries over for the carriers, over for the aircraft carrier, for that C-section birth, all those things for a. There's a 22-month for the elephant gestation. We got the 280-day for the human. We're in that 280-day time frame where we're feeling the water breaking and those things. That's where we see the Indiana and those ODDs and those types of things on that level. And then we got that rose garden on that other level for that little Turkish hairy back and being turned down and those types of things, as that rose is just passed around from every dude to every dude. And some people just don't give roses for Valentine's Day. So, either way, and the hook nose beaches and the peaches for the that high tower, and the Mario Kart world and all those other things as you're in that United THC healthcare system in one way, shape, or form. So, those Ross gamma rays for the Red Hulk and that Harrison Ford. Oh, folks. Either way, we'll wrap it up here. We might be getting into some parables y'all just might not understand, because I speak to those who have the eyes and ears who have not been programmed by the so-called Jesus, where they've taken your truth and your eyes and ears where you cannot see and you cannot hear. Okay? And even the image given life shows you these things. Alright? So, either way, have fun, folks.